Breaking news, the Ravens back out of the Maxx Crosby trade. Reportedly, he did not pass his physical. What's it all mean? Did the Ravens get cold feet? No one here expects him to be, I guess you could say 100% at this point. So backing out of a trade because of the physical, we'll have to, hear more information as to what the potential cause for concern would be, and whether this is maybe something that is less of a big deal as it's made out to be right now in terms of him not passing the physical and what that means for his 2026 availability and all that. We're going to break it all down and more, but let's just say that he still could be on the move. He may not be on the move. This just happened about 4 or 5 minutes ago, maybe 8 minutes ago. And so your boy's been prepping, getting the graphic ready. We're a little delayed today because of this. It's dropped right at like 5:05. My time, which is, what are we 8:05 your time. So we've been cooking on the graphic and trying to get all the details we can. Is there a possibility that Max doesn't want to be there? This is all kind of, I saw a few of you say it smells fishy. It kind of does. And the Raiders, if they keep him, they still could figure out another move, or maybe this move needs to happen later. This just happened. We're digesting it live, so we don't fully know the details of everything. We just got reports like this popping up. It didn't pass his physical. Here's the Diana Rossini didn't pass his physical piece. It's right. It's all over the place. Maxx Crosby did not pass his physical today per sources. Ravens get their first round picks back. We don't know what it means. We don't know if there's a delay. We don't know if it's going to happen. We don't know if another team's going to take him on. We don't know if he just needs to get healthy and then gets traded. Or do the Raiders say, we're actually going to cook this year. We're going to cook this year. We're bringing Mendoza in. We've seen rookie quarterbacks thrive before. We're bringing Mendoza in. Gentry's going to the moon. We got a nice little thing going here. And the defense is going to be fire if Maxx Crosby stays. It's already going to be pretty damn good. This defense, Walker, Maxx Crosby, this is going to be one of the more elite defenses in the league in one calendar year. Might even turn heads this 2026. I hope they keep him. I hope the Raiders keep Maxx Crosby. I hope this isn't an eventual trade, or he gets moved to another team eventually. I hope Maxx Crosby says, I like what you're cooking in the kitchen, Spy Tech. I like what you're doing, Thomas Brady. I like what your plan and objective is with this guy, Mendoza, Moondoza, for an astronaut. The Fantasy Football Show begins right now. File on and buckle up. This is going to be a wild ride. I was going to go over the Doubs situation. New England, we'll get to that, but boy.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Substation, this is Pete. Yeah, we got a new one coming in. Okay, what's his name? Evans, first name is what? Mike? Okay. Yep, I'm getting the image right now. Okay, we'll look for him. Substation will be prepped and ready to go. Thank you. Poor son of a bitch. We got another one. Let's go. Pull it.
Mike Evans headed to San Francisco. The substation is ready. They're ready for him. This is crazy. It's all breaking down right now. Might need to open the phone lines here. We might need to have, as I'm talking and rambling, because I don't have the ability to just comb through everything and read everything. Travis, if you're out there, you can dial in. But the Cowboys are now heavy favorites to trade for Maxx Crosby, according to the Pauly markets. I don't know if we can jump to that kind of conclusion. This might be a change of heart on the Maxx Crosby front, or maybe the Raiders still have said, we've already damaged this relationship, and Max and this trade getting undone essentially doesn't have anything to do with the repairing of the relationship between Max and the Raiders organization. But the Pauly market says the Dallas Cowboys are now going to land Maxx Crosby. Hard to say what this all means. And again, we don't know if the Cowboys are back in or if the Raiders are out and said, Max, pull a hammy, do something, bro. Pull one of those St. Browns and stand on your head and just be a little off, or maybe get in a car and race by like Ayuk 90 miles an hour by the stadium and just, throw the bird up at the Ravens organization. Like, do something, because Max might have had a change of heart. Let me tell you this. Max still could be elsewhere. He could be in Dallas. We'll have to see. Maybe he has to pass the physical again in a couple weeks or something and then get traded. Maybe he goes back to the Ravens in a deal once he's deemed healthy. This is so new, fresh, just broke. We go live when news breaks. We're live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, midnights, and when news breaks. We just went live on this topic. We're digesting it as we go. Phone lines are open in case Travis or I don't know what to say here other than I wonder if Max wants to stay. Sometimes players, they want to leave and then they get like homesick right away. Ayuk wanted to leave, and then all of a sudden Ayuk, now he's a head case, but Ayuk wanted to leave, and then when the trade was going to go down, he didn't want to do it. So we really don't know. Everything that I'm reading right now, Maxx Crosby on his physical, they weren't comfortable with what they saw, is what is coming out right now on a recent report, and the report stemming off the Schefter report that said the Baltimore Ravens have backed out of the trade agreement with on Maxx Crosby. We have no further comment at this time. This is what the Raiders posted, and so that's how it got announced. Then, according to my sports update, the Ravens failed Maxx Crosby on his physical. They weren't comfortable with what they saw. So it does sound like, according to these, this is all coming in live. It does sound like, according to that report, that the Ravens are the ones that did this. It wasn't Max. But I wonder if Max maybe changes his tune. I wonder if he says, you know what, I like what you guys are putting down right now, defensively, game plan wise, and I want to be in on it. Or is Max really bent out of shape and is like, this is crap, and I want to head back? Maxx Crosby, his profile picture, I'm looking at all these different reports. He's in a Ravens uniform on the profile picture. I don't know. We'll have to keep monitoring that, see if he changes it. But I wonder if Max wants to stay now. I wonder if Max is like, you know what? Let's talk this out real quick. Or does he end up saying, you guys pissed me off, send me somewhere else? And Dallas ends up being the party that takes him on. Let me tell you about Jerry Jones, too. Jerry Jones is a weird bird. And it's very possible that Jerry Jones is willing to overpay more than ever, because right now, Jerry loves attention. Jerry loves to be the guy that gets everyone's attention, looks like the smartest guy in the room, the boldest. He does the move everybody doesn't. He's made the move nobody else would make. Oh, Jerry, he's so smart. Jerry's probably licking his chops right now, saying, you know what? I wouldn't have paid this then, but I'll pay it now because the spotlight's on me, and I'm going to make everybody forget about the Parsons situation. Let's go bring Max home. So the Dallas Cowboys, it doesn't shock me that the poly markets say that it's probably the Dallas Cowboys next. And don't be shocked if the Dallas Cowboys are already, this is already potentially in motion. The Cowboys traded for Rashan Gary, but the deal is not official either. Do they cancel and jump back into the Maxx Crosby sweepstakes? The ripple effects are crazy. This coming from my sports update on top of the back of the report I just told you about. This is madness. Absolute straight madness. And here's another report here. Cowboys would still be interested in trading for Crosby from Pelissero. A lot of speculation pieces, like me coming out and saying, I wonder if Maxx Crosby is now going to say, let's sit down again real quick, LV, and see what, do I want to leave or not? That is coming from me. That is my just guesstimation as that might be a pit stop in this process. It may be the next step, and then maybe Max doesn't want to. Maybe the Raiders do and Max doesn't. Maybe the Max does and the Raiders don't. Maybe neither one of them does. We don't know. I'm just saying that's going to be a pit stop in this process, and then the next one will be send him to Dallas. Dallas does feel like the legitimate, that's why the poly market betting odds are Dallas. It does feel like the next team to step in, and the Jerry Jones, the effect of Jerry wanting to be the hero here, wanting to remedy the Parsons situation, missing out on Crosby wanting to remedy that. Jerry's very much about making his mistakes go away by making a bolder move and acting like it was all part of the plan. Smoke the cigar like Mr. T. Oh, all part of the plan. That's what Jerry's very easy to predict here. Cowboys still be interested. Tom Pelissero, more reports on that. But this is all speculation. Pelissero and other people saying that the Cowboys might still be involved is speculation. It's very logical speculation. I believe it to be true as well. But just keep that in mind that everybody's throwing stuff out there in the wind right now, trying to catch the wind and pull their sail so that they can move in front of everybody in terms of the views and attention on this situation. So I'll go around the phone line real quickly and then back to more of the other news today. So let me go through. I'm going to probably have you guys on for a few minutes, kick you off, then potentially bring everybody back on the phone line. So Landman, you're live right now. What can I do for you, young man? And what are you thinking about this situation? It's crazy.
It's like a DA who's got secured testimony from a witness, and all of a sudden they get amnesia when they put him up on the stand. I think what's going to end up happening is, I think he hit the nail on the head.
New age.
Knows because all the transactions that have already happened in the last 48 hours, he now knows this is his shot of redemption.
Yeah, Jerry's.
Yeah, I think that may happen. It all depends, really, because you're right, it's all speculation, but that's where all the fun is. It all depends on what kind of damage they really found, if that's really the impetus of why he's...
Oh, you know what? Someone's saying they can't hear you very well. Hold on. Low mic. Is anybody able to hear him at all? Let me just turn this on, but hopefully you guys were able to hear it. Did you guys hear a little bit of what he said? If not, I'll have him repeat it, but let me switch this mic over and see if we can... Sorry about that. All right, go ahead. Did anybody hear anything of what he said? Like a little bit? Okay. Go ahead, bro.
All right. So anyway, I was just saying he is like a DA with a witness and everything, and then he has testimony secured, and then he turns around and he has amnesia up on the witness stand. But I just think that Jerry's got the third shot at redemption for, number one, letting Parsons go. Number two, there's other moves that have been made, and he's probably kicking himself, man, I should have pulled the trigger. And then now he's got this, it's like destiny, third time's the charm. So who knows and everything, but, we'll just see that, and I'll let everybody else chime in because I know you want to just do the fast track in the call. So we'll talk to you guys.
And as I think I saw in the chat that you posted, and this is another next topic, is if the Cowboys are involved, it doesn't have to include Pickens, but Pickens to the Raiders is still a consideration in the Maxx Crosby, potential, architecture of this trade. It is certainly a possibility. Now, would they want to do it without that? Did the Raiders say, hey, we got Naylor, we're good to go? And someone might laugh at that, but they like Naylor. I actually really like Naylor, but Naylor as a number 2 makes a hell of a lot of sense too. So this will be in play potentially.
More likely than not now, that deal does happen. But listen, we lose the mortgage on our house if our predictions ever came to fruition. Yeah. So anyway,
right.
We'll see.
Thank you.
We'll see.
All right, call back when I open the phone lines again. Later, bro. Yeah. Bruce, real quickly. Bruce is loose. Go ahead.
I can't imagine why he failed his physical.
Well, he says it's surgery, Bruce.
Yeah. I just saw him. There was a video of him sparring.
Okay. Yeah, actually, fair point. He has looked really, really good in terms of like his mobility right now and everything. But like that's why he failed it. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't think there's. Part of me wonders if they just feel like they made a mistake, and they used the littlest, when you're buying a house, not to use that analogy, but in a different way that Layman just said, if you're buying a house right now, and you go through the inspection, you can literally back out for any reason at all in the inspection. You'd be like, I don't like the school system after all. I looked into it, or you could say, I found a cockroach. And I think that's has a lot of bugs, so I'm out. You can literally back out during your inspection for really anything. And so the same thing here. It's possible there's buyer's remorse here. And maybe they just felt like they kind of got, too excited about it. It was definitely a good deal for the Raiders, so they were giving up a lot, but the Ravens were going for it all. And what I've said, though, is that this owner, and I want to make it abundantly clear, this owner is willing to take shots and make moves. Meaning, do I think A.J. Brown to the Ravens might be in play now? Because they're going to look at this and say, we still want to spend the draft capital, not necessarily both first rounders now, but a first and a second or a first and a third to get A.J. Brown, because this owner of the Baltimore Ravens wants out. He has said he's gone on record this offseason saying he doesn't want to be the owner of the team anymore. He's going to give it like less than 10 years. He wants to win a couple championships or one championship and get out. And if he wins the championships early, he'll be out earlier. He's not staying 10 years. He's just trying to win a couple championships. So this is the kind of owner that is literally pulling out all the stops. And if the Maxx Crosby situation falls through, his objective is to go get the next big thing that's available to help this team win a Super Bowl. Whether you believe it'll happen or not, that's not my point. My point is that this owner has said, I want out. And he said, I'm not passing it down to my kids. I'm getting rid of the team. And I don't necessarily want to be here 10 more years. I want a championship or two, and I'm out. So I think A.J. Brown is actually a real possibility for this situation now that we've got this fall through. So AJB maybe to the Ravens. I just want to put that out there, that could be a possibility. As for Maxx Crosby, I don't know what is at the heart of this, unless they did in fact find something they were very uncomfortable with Maxx Crosby, like, hey, he's got early onset arthritis is coming strong for this guy. And they heard something that, like, he'll be back needing to go under the knife probably every offseason. We'll see what happens. Like, we don't know what they were told when the appraisal ended up happening. And so they backed out. Now, will the Cowboys say, I don't care about that, Jerry in his head trying to impress everybody? Or will Max just say, hold on, before you guys send me elsewhere, let's have a little conversation. And by the way, thank you, New Age Outlaw, for dropping two gifted memberships on the Rumble. We're at 6.11K over on Rumble, and we've got 15 to 30 people in the live stream at any one moment over on Rumble. We're growing like crazy over on Rumble. Appreciate all of you. I got a $20 hauler here from Mark, who said, great show, Smitty. $20 hauler. Appreciate you, alert. My guy.
Super chat alert.
We also had another super chat real quickly. I just want to acknowledge that, then back to Bruce, then over to the rest of the news. This one here is a $10 hauler from Joseph. Joseph, appreciate you. No prep needed, Smitty. Boss move to have the Crosby thumbnail up so quickly. Dynasty question. Who can I target if I package the 1.8 Shaheed and Swift? Great question, bro. Players that come to mind for me, obviously I'd love to get to 1.2, 1.3, 1.1. You're not going to get to 1.1 with that. Maybe a future first rounder try and get to 1.1, but probably not going to happen. JJ, look, people are afraid of him, bro. You just take a stab at it. London, you take a stab at it. Pickens, I don't mind Pickens as well. Trying to grab a player that highly ranked is tough, but it's certainly something you could, maybe add another potential pick. Olave, I like those guys. If we go more toward the risky running back route that people are worried about these players, they're getting older. Look, Walker, might only have like 3 years left, and so someone might be willing to give you Walker, ETN, Bucky, Brees Hall, all those players, like Hendy's really risky. Igbuka might be my favorite. So all those make sense to me, bro. They all make great sense to me. You also wonder if someone might give you like Scatterboo for 1.8, and there's some risk there though, because they may draft a running back and Scatterboo's value could go into the tank, but it could also be misdirection of sorts this offseason where people that have Scat, they're scared to death, they trade him low, or people that could trade for him don't, and then he ends up being the guy. So that's a little bit of a risky move. But any of those players, bro, the 1.8, people are weird about rookie picks. Your draft is either overvaluing them or they don't value them at all. So I can't really control that. I just know that I hear people all the time trading the 1.8, the 1.6 for guys like Walker, guys like ETN, guys like, you know, like one person said 1.3 for JJ got done in their league, and the whole league thought the 1.3 was better because JJ is getting old. Like, and then in another league, someone would say, I wouldn't give up 2 first rounders for, or I wouldn't give up JJ for 2 first rounders. So it really just depends on your league. Every league's different. All right, so hit me with what else you got, Bruce? Bruce?
I have a funny request for you, Smitty. Today is Miss Robeson's birthday. Can we get a happy birthday from Smitty?
Absolutely. All right, Miss Robeson, happy birthday. We appreciate you. Someday we'd love to have you call in and say something, you know, maybe about Genty. You know, give us some sort of Genty chant or line. Who's Miss Robeson's favorite player?
He's a Rams team,
Okay. The Puka.
Kyron.
Okay, not Puka, huh? All right, Miss Robeson.
No.
This one's for you. Hopefully your team wins the Super Bowl this upcoming season as well. Happy birthday, Miss Robeson.
Let him cook.
Whoa. Yeah, hold on. I pressed the let him cook button. Hold on. Sorry. Let's back that up. Let's do a meatloaf run here. Miss Robeson, happy birthday.
I smell meatloaf.
I bet you Miss Robeson probably is the best cook on the block.
Yeah, she's a good cook.
All right. Tell her happy
I do
birthday.
have another question.
One more, Bruce, and I got to get to a show. Not a circus here. A circus and
That trading for Geno. Do you think they're going to cut Fields?
I don't know. Hopefully, because guess what? I'd love to see Fields land with a team that could really use a potential safety net mechanism. You know, like a Vikings. You know, Vikings. What if the Vikings had Fields, Kyler, and J9? I'd sleep pretty well at night. I'm not saying you know what to do if you're coaching that situation, but boy, you'd have some options. So hopefully it does. But Geno Smith, unbelievable, bro. Geno Smith. I mean, what are we doing? I'm better at quarterbacking than Geno Smith. I know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Miss Robeson can go out there and sling the rock better than Geno on her birthday. All right, Bruce, I got to go. Call back in if I open the phone lines again. I got to get to the rest of this news. Appreciate you very much, my man.
Yeah.
All right, later. Thank you, Mark, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you, Joseph, again. And Joseph, again, just test the waters. I saw a couple comments saying you're not going to get any of that BS, bro. I see it all the time. You're going to trust somebody in the comments that says you're not going to be able to pull something like that, or somebody that gets asked questions all day long. And anybody in the comments that said you can't pull off trades like I suggested, you weren't paying attention or listening, whoever that was. Because I literally said add a little more, do a little more. And not to mention, it depends on your league. Some people value 1.8, 1.6 more than a freaking RJ Harvey or a Breece Hall, who's older. People hate old players in Dynasty, or they don't. It depends on your league. And then you just throw in another pick. Some of those cases, you're throwing in another pick. Some of those cases, like JJ, I don't know if that person was paying attention when I said you're throwing in first round material, a first round pick, something else on top of the 1.8 is what I said. So I don't think someone was paying attention. But come back with any offers you may have, and we'll kick them around. Guys, there's a lot of other news that kind of went down today. Not as much as the day before, but we've got a little bit of news to go over. Colts are potentially, I'll put some of this on the screen here. Romeo Doubs signed by, look, the New England Patriots definitely needed a receiver, and we kind of thought that they would go after Doubs. We truly did. The phone lines aren't open, but you got 10 seconds to go. Who is this?
Yeah, it was you. Talking to my man. Hey, I just wanted to call in real quick. I think that the issue is, I mean, with all spending all that money on all those other free agents, they probably can't even afford.
We can't hear you, bro. We can't hear you, man.
You can't hear me?
Speak a little louder.
Can you hear me now?
A little bit. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Steve. So I was just, what do you think the issue, though, with them spending all that money on those free agents yesterday? Are they even going to be able to keep Crosby on the roster?
Yeah,
they're just going to have to trade.
They'd figure it out if they want to make it work, bro. It's the money part is not a big deal. You can move things around, restructure. Not to mention, they're still able to figure something out. But I don't know. We don't know if that's the case. Maybe Maxx Crosby, the bridge has been burned. There's no ability for him to come back home. It's just a matter of, okay, what was the second best offer? Let's get back on the phone. And honestly, like I said, Jerry's the kind of mind game mofo that is going to be very intrigued and engaging. He might try and play hardball right now too, though, and screw it all up. He's capable of either one. But I could see Jerry saying deals back on before anybody else gets wind of this or starts getting the boys together in the boardroom. Let's just go ahead and execute this trade fast. But there's also something to the effect of, if he's not passing a physical yet, do they have to wait until he can before they can even trade him? So we'll have to see what really is going on. But I do believe.
Well, I'm just glad that he's not going to be in the NFC North now.
Yeah. I bet Joe Burrow is probably on the phone with. Hey, the Bengals might also get into the mix here because they're making big moves. They're making big moves, and the fact that Ja'Marr Chase and Joe Burrow want it, they're like, how do we let this happen? Meaning, how do we not go and get Maxx Crosby? The Bengals might be in the mix here. The Bengals and the Cowboys might be the next suitors, so we'll have to see. All right, bro, I got to go. I'm doing the news right now. Call back when the phone lines are open. Appreciate you. All right, back to reality here. This news here, Romeo Doubs is now a New England Patriot. What's it mean for Drake May? What's it mean for Doubs? I like Doubs a lot. I think Doubs, I've said this before, I don't think no one's calling him a wide receiver 1 or anything, but he is certainly a player that I believe we don't know how good he is. Nobody knows how good he is. I like him a lot, and I think he can prove a lot of doubters wrong. But we have no clue because he sat on an organization that did not know how to use any one wide receiver. He has a quarterback that doesn't saturate one wide receiver with targets. It's a rotational carousel of production. And even when they went out and got Matthew Golden, it was a joke. All these people going, they're finally drafted a wide receiver. Smitty, do you think that they would have done that if they really didn't think they were going to use him? And I said to people over and over, this is the worst first-round graded wide receiver we've seen in 10 years get drafted. The Packers crapped the bed drafting Matthew Golden in the first round. He was not a first-round grade wide receiver. And you're going to trust somebody that's never done it for a decade plus to go do it? They should have hired somebody from the outside that had experience in drafting wide receivers to make the move for them because they clearly don't know what they're doing at the wide receiver position. Aaron Rodgers made wide receivers on his own every year. You think it was a coincidence that Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb, Devontae Adams, do you think it's a coincidence that no matter what, Aaron Rodgers always had a top 6 to 10 wide receiver waiting to be cultivated? Aaron Rodgers made those wide receivers. Aaron Rodgers is not there. Love is the exact opposite of Aaron Rodgers in terms of producing wide receivers, consistent wide receivers. Dare I say, Jayden Reed is probably one of the more underrated wide receivers in the National Football League, and you don't even know his name anymore because they don't use him properly. The guy doesn't even play unless it's a 3 wide receiver set, which is asinine. I think he had like 10 plays the previous year. I think it was under 10. Where he's on the field when there was only 2 wide receivers. They don't use Jayden Reed. Then he's been hurt. I get all that, but Doubs, we don't know how good Doubs can be because he's been trapped in a horrible situation. I'm excited about what this means for Doubs' value. I've been drafting Doubs like clockwork on Underdog, promo code Smitty. Match your first deposit 50% all the way up to $1,000. Use code Smitty, link in description. I've been drafting him like crazy because I think Doubs is going to be really, really good in New England. Do I think he's a wide receiver 1? I do not. I do not. Do I think he's a potential high-end wide receiver 3 in fantasy? Of course. Do I think he's a high-end wide receiver 2? I mean, he could be that, but we're not expecting that at all. You can't expect that. That's stupidity. But an elite wide receiver 3, I think there's room for that. There's absolutely room for that. And let's see if we had another piece of news here. Daniel Jones, Colts in agreement on new long-term contract. Daniel Jones, Alec Pierce, we know that marriage is back in good standing. Isaiah Pacheco, we have this piece of news that what did I tell everybody when they were celebrating Monty being traded, and everybody's just, oh my God, it's the best day ever. And I love Monty. Monty's my number 1 overall player. Monty's my number 1 overall running back. But I said it doesn't matter I'm sorry, Gibbs. Gibbs is my number 1 overall player. Gibbs is my number 1 overall running back. Not Monty. Monty's nothing. I like Monty. I do. But he's not going to be that great in Houston. He'll be okay at times. He'll be good in best ball. He'll do well here. He'll do well there. But Pacheco and Monty are one and the same. And so when Monty was on roster and people were like, well, once he's gone, Gibbs to the moon. Gibbs is already on the moon. Gibbs is actually on Jupiter colonizing as we speak. He's been there. So when people come in and celebrate that Gibbs is now better because Monty's gone, I laugh. I'm laughing so hard when I see it. He's already as good as he's ever needing to be. He's amazing. He's the number 1 Gibbs, the number 1 running back, the number 1 overall player. Why everyone's thinking something changes when Monty goes is crazy, because they're not going to just let that roster stay exactly the way it is. They're going to bring somebody in, and we mentioned Pacheco. But nothing changes. He's an injury-prone, change of pace back that doesn't catch a lot of footballs, always gets injured. He's kind of been disappointing even on the field, not picking the correct lanes and rushing lanes to run through. This doesn't look like he's, fine-tuned at all right now. He's kind of in his own head. Change of scenery could be good for him. But this is wild to me that anybody thought they wouldn't touch the running back room again. But it doesn't do anything. Pacheco's a great cuff. Cuff him to Gibbs. You might get a start or two. If Gibbs does miss some time, Pacheco might do pretty good. Might have like 70 yards and a touch during a game that you need to use him in best ball. Very, very good to just grab him. But the fact that anybody thinks Monty leaving, not leaving, Pacheco coming, Pacheco going, none of it matters. This is great news because now they won't draft some young, exciting Jonah Coleman, goal line capable running back that's going to take Gibbs' goal line work. This is the best news we could have heard other than Monty staying. Like, Monty staying, this is better than Monty for Gibbs. We'd rather have Gibbs have just a little bit more of the work that we think Pacheco can't handle like Monty could. But we need somebody to take those 1 and 2 yard up the gut runs, those designed just to give the offense a little wiggle room. You're on the 8-yard line, you're running the ball, trying to push it out to the 13 or 14-yard line. You're on the 50, you're just trying to get 3 or 4 yards, then you're going to throw the next play. Like, those are the runs you don't want Gibbs design running 2 and 3 yard smashes, halfback plunges where he's getting 2 or 3 yards almost guaranteed, because no one's going to get any more than that. And why not? Why give the wear and tear to Jahmyr Gibbs? You need somebody. This is that somebody. But he, like Monty's, not doing a single thing to the value of Jahmyr Gibbs. Gibbs is Gibbs. Gibbs ain't going anywhere. But the continuum of the gigawatt component structure of Jahmyr Gibbs' workload divide has a megawatt offload that if you compartmentalize the component conjunction timekeeper and you flux capacitor out the continuum component megabolt, things just end up happening. And that's why Jahmyr Gibbs is a top 5 to 10 running back instead of top 6 to 10. I got a unfortunate news for those of you that think Monty's going to go over to Houston and dominate. Number one, Woody Marks is still going to get a lot of reception work because this guy was a 500-yard. He caught 83 receptions in one college season. And they didn't throw to him a bunch, but they will be throwing to him if they can ever get that quarterback to running back passing situation assignment understood. But he is going to still be in the mix. Monty's going to do a lot of the grunt work. Monty's getting older. Monty's more injury prone every game he plays. And if anybody thinks Monty's given you even 15 games of elite running back production behind the worst offensive line in football, I've got a bridge to sell you. I truly do. But Monty's okay in best ball. I'll draft him in best ball if I'm going light at the running back 2 and 3 positions maybe. But I'm not touching him in yearly in your home leagues. Monty's not a good selection. Pacheco isn't either. And neither one was touching Gibbs' workload. Plain and simple. That's all there is to it. There's no even debate here. There's no debate at all. Let's see here. Shaheed. We had this report here. I'm grabbing some of this off our Patreon. If you guys ever want news this frequent, our Patreon is 24/7, 365 Patreon. Live. I'm live whenever news breaks, and I do all the news. But like you can jump on here, and everyone's posting everything right when it happens, and it's just a great place to congregate, get one-on-one advice. 365, 24/7. This was all. I didn't have time to grab all my own stuff. So I'm just going off my own Patreon right now with some of this news. Shaheed's deal guarantees him $23 million. Seahawks always stick to their rules. $20 million signing bonus, $2.23 million 2026 salary, and $765 in per game 2026 roster bonuses, all fully guaranteed. There is a lot of money here to suggest that he's probably going to get more work. Will he be, Shaheed, a true team's number 2? Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to see. Remember, it's a different, system. Not necessarily a different system, but different staff that's going to have different implementation of the system. And so Shaheed they might choose and by design, run him out there more. And there's a lot of rumors that he's going to put Kupp on the bench a little more. And I don't know what that means for fantasy, the special teams aspect too. I like him. I don't love him, but I like him. Let's see here. That's pretty much everything that I think we were going to go over. Let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing. And the phone lines are open. Dial into the phone line right now if you want to.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Geno Smith to the Jets. We talked about that briefly. Doubs, Pacheco. I think that's pretty much it. Dawson Knox signed a $12 million deal, 2-year deal to stay with the Buffalo Bills. There was that. So Dawson Knox. 3-year deal. Sorry. New 3-year deal for Dawson. That's pretty much all the news today. There's a little bit of a quieter day. But the real news here is this Maxx Crosby not going to the Ravens. Crazy no trade announcement. So dial in. Appreciate all my Rumblers over on Rumble. We're almost at 6.2K on Rumble. The moment we get to 10K, we start the new Rumble show. Thank you, New Age Outlaw, for the gifted membership.
You've just been
Over on Rumble. Appreciate you all. And then I got a super chat here from, who's this? This is from E-Rock. So a standing ovation for my boy New Age for the and then this is for E-Rock, who's dropping the super right
smell meatloaf.
E-Rock, I appreciate you, my boy. He says, is Malik Willis at peak value? If so, who are some realistic trade targets to acquire? In Superflex, I assume you're asking, E-Rock, because no one's going to really go after him in non-Superflex. So please clarify that if you're doing Superflex or non-Superflex, because everybody's in a different situation. I don't know. In a Superflex, you might get away with a BTJ. Someone's pissed off at him not getting traded now, if that's what the rumor is. We don't even know if that rumor... It's been all over the place on BTJ. One thing I'll just tell you is if the offer is not right, he's not getting traded. But if someone brings the right offer for BTJ, it doesn't matter what ESPN's saying or Schefter's saying or anybody saying that the team doesn't want to trade BTJ. That's what you say when you're posturing, and they certainly won't trade him unless the right offer comes. That's what we did a show the other night, saying the offers aren't coming in. So if the offer isn't a first rounder or more, BTJ ain't going anywhere. Like we've said that for the last week. But if the right offer comes, he's gone. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter if the team says. We're not interested in trading good players. Like the only way I would say is if if they came out today, not 2 weeks ago, not a week ago, they came out today and looked into the mic and said, no matter what you offer, we're not trading BTJ ever. If they came out today and said that, I would buy it. Until then, I don't care who says what. I don't care if it's Schefter. I don't care if it's Rappaport. I don't care if it's Schefter's mother. I don't care if anybody says they don't want to trade BT. Of course they're going to say that. We want to trade him. Come with a low ball offer. So it just depends. But right now, there's no offers. So they're not trading BTJ as of this moment. But as I said, the Ravens, I think, will come a knocking on the A.J. Brown front now that Maxx has fallen through, because they're not just going to say, let's just keep everything. This owner is ready to get out. He wants 1 or 2 championships, preferably before 10 years, but he's going to give it 10 years, and he's done. He's selling the organization. He's not handing it down to his kids. He said, I want nothing to do with it. I want my kids to have nothing to do with it. I don't even want to stay the full 10, but if I have to, I will. But I want to win some championships or a championship and get out. If he wins the championship this year, he might get out right away. So he's willing to go all in. So AJB, we'll see. We'll see. Rosinator, appreciate your super chat over on the Rumble side of the fence. Let me throw your question on screen, young man, and give you the proper standing ovation. Thank you, Rosinator, for dropping a super over on the Rumble.
Mashed potatoes!
Let's see what he says. Roz has this question or comment right here. He says, Ty Simpson, the Jets at 16 pick, sure. Look, Ty Simpson could be really good. He could even be better than Mendoza in the right spot. I think either one could be elite in the right spot. And I think Mendoza is going to the perfect place for him. But could Ty be better than Mendoza from a fantasy perspective and production perspective? Yes. Could Mendoza be really good? He could at fantasy, but not necessarily right away. And maybe he's more of the Troy Aikman variety of quarterback at first too. You know, Goff, like efficient. Darnold, you know, where's Darnold getting drafted in, like the 90s? The guy just won a Super Bowl and has JSN and he keeps producing. But yet, no one's drafting Darnold until they get to the 90s or whatever in fantasy football. 100? I think he might even be in double-digit rounds. No one's drafting Darnold. But Darnold's a really efficient, good game manager quarterback. And that's what Mendoza could be. And that's all we ever ask for. We don't need him to be. I would be very grateful if he could bring a stronger fantasy football appeal. Self-sustaining Mendoza is a good fantasy football player for you, but we're more interested in relying on his ability to make Brock Bowers the number 1 tight end, to make Ashton Genty the number 1 running back, to make the defense better so that the defense can reciprocate and make the offense better in a back and forth. That's what Mendoza's value is. As for Malik Willis peak value, I'm sorry if I didn't continue this. E-Rock, you still there? My bad. E-Rock, I would say this. I would say if you're trying to get rid of him in a super flex, it's probably going to be, you're not getting rid of him in a non-super flex. No one's going to care. If it's a super flex, you're trying to get Harvey, Hendy, and you might have to give up more. Tootin, you give up maybe nothing. Maybe you get something. Scattaboo, maybe you get something. You're in win now mode. Henry. Breece Hall, you give up a little more with it. Hendy, you might have to give up a little bit more with it. Javonte, you could do straight up. You could go after a wide receiver, give up a little more, try and go get that doubted JJ. And you're obviously not doing anything remotely close to one for one, but are you giving up a future first rounder? Can you give up a player and a future first rounder? A 2027 first rounder, everybody loves those. I think they're gold no matter what. Can you trade him for Garrett Wilson by giving up another player or giving up a 1.8 and Malik Willis in a super flex for Garrett Wilson, who people don't even know what he's going to do anymore? Buka is so undervalued. Rice, people are worried about him. Lad McConkey might be a little expensive right now. I love Lad. BT, he's very doubted. Michael Wilson Jr. has Brissett back. I'd take him for Malik Willis. Hopefully that helps you, bro. E-Rock, let me know if you have any other potential ones to throw at me. I'd love to help you. Tootin' to the moon is correct. All right, this super chat then over to Bruce. Wife listening. She's listening. Commanders and J5 is the best team player. Thanks, Smitty. Thank you, Landman. Appreciate you. Commanders, here, we'll play this one for the misses. Where's our, I think it's right there.
There are 2 5s? JD 5? AR 5? There can't be. Oh no.
They're gonna cross streams.
Oops. Well, damn. He's a fragile Freddy.
He's a 5. JD5 is the only 5. JD5 is him. And now all.
Hopefully we get a resurgence of JD5 back to moon status, at least. Thank you for the super chat, E-Rock to the moon. Racing Boy with the final super chat of the moment. Then over to Brucey. Sorry, Brucey, hang tight real quickly. Took your advice from last night. Tried to get Adams and Terry, but the Adams guy wanted to do Adams and CMC for my Bijan. No way. And Terry owner wanted a 26 first rounder. Went and got DJ Moore and a 28 first rounder and a 27 third. For what? What did we give up here? What did we give last night? Tried to get Adams, Terry. But what did you give up again? So went to the Terry owner, wanted a 26 first rounder, went and got DJ Moore and a 28 first rounder and a 27 third. What did he end up giving up? I don't know. Racing Boy, tell me what you ended up giving up. But I like DJ Moore. Certainly going to have a good year. He's got a very short, career in Dynasty, but it's still lucrative for the next year or two, I think. And I definitely am intrigued. I forget what it was. You were giving up, was it Jaylen Warren? Jaylen Warren and Likely, right? Do I have that right? Jaylen Warren and Likely, and you got DJ Moore and a 28 first? Is that what you did? Because I think that's what we were talking about. Who's on the phone? Bruce. Bruce, you're live.
Hey, Smitty. I have a question, but it's more on with Geno. How does this affect Paul and Garrett Wilson?
Bad. How did Geno help JD5? Or sorry, JD5. How did Geno help Genty and Bowers? So we'll see. If they keep Fields and start Fields, it'd be different. But if they plan to start Geno Smith, we're downgrading Hall, we're downgrading Garrett Wilson, we're downgrading everybody. And unfortunately, we're out.
Okay, so that would be like, hey,
show to come on that.
We're not out of it. We're out of it.
Yeah, show to come on that. And a show to come. Let me make sure I'm doing the Jets. So Jets QB situation. Falcons are back because of the Tua Tagovailoa signing. I'll have a video on that. Not because he's a winner. It's because of what he can do in terms of checkdowns and such. Yeah. So the realist. I mean, this isn't a circus here where we just every birthday wish we get. Smitty, stand up, touch your nose, spin around. But the realist says it's his daughter's birthday. Can we do standing ovation? Yes, we'll do standing ovation. Happy birthday to you.
Mashed potatoes!
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, Smitty, can you make a balloon animal? All right. Bruce, what else you got?
Do you think Pittman's going to do good in Pittsburgh? He's not the number one?
No, he's not number one. DK's the number one.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's better now that he's not.
Yes. Good point. I think he'll be all right. I don't know. He'll be all right. Definitely better than anything they've had. Like, he'll produce a little bit, but Aaron Rodgers is the problem. If they fix that, they bring in they should have brought in Malik Willis. He was such a stealer. But I'm glad for Achane. Thank God. Achane. Oh, so we got to talk about that. So Achane, I got to do different videos on this. Achane, Falcons quarterback situation, saving the day for the running back in London, and the Jets maybe avoids. So Achane, Falcons, New York Jets, videos to come on all three of those. But yeah, I don't know, bro. Vader says, can I pay for a happy birthday song? Sure. Drop a $20 holler. I'll do an impromptu happy birthday right now. We're in circus mode right now. Why not? I'll even get my guitar out, and I'll sing you a happy birthday song right now to whoever's birthday it is. This is a cameo. What is it? Live cameos? I think that, what was the question, Bruce? What were we talking about? Pittman. That Aaron Rodgers is kind of the problem. Like, he can't feed Pittman and DK. I do think DK, it's McCarthy, so we should have more passing. Yeah. But is Aaron Rodgers going to gunsling? I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Bruce. Later, bro. Call back if you got another one.
Yep.
I'm not against Pittman. Am I expecting him to, now that he's the number 2 wide receiver in an Aaron Rodgers attack, even though it's McCarthy, do I expect him to go from 0 to hero being demoted into a 2 role? No, but he always should have been in a 2 role. Pittman was never a wide receiver 1. I screamed that for years, and people yelled at me left and right. Just like I said, Deontay Johnson would be trash. Now, you're so wrong. Have you looked at the metrics, Smitty? You moron, Smitty. This Smitty guy, how does he have a show? How does he have a show, this guy? How does he have a show? His mic doesn't even, his microphone doesn't even work. How does he have a show? You looked at Deontay Johnson's catch radius and stats, Smitty? His yards after catch and his average attempt of potentially being a potential on his 0.5 percentage ratio? Haven't you looked at the Excel sheet, Smitty? Deontay Johnson's so good. Yeah, just like Pittman was going to be, just like Deontay was going to be, just like Waddle's supposed to be for years and years and years. There are people still hanging on to the Waddle thing. Happy birthday to Vader. This is from BBQ. Happy birthday to Vader from BBQ and from Simi Valley to Isaiah Pacheco means nothing to me because all Gibbs can see is the moon, the stars, and Mars. Fast cars. All right. Thank you. Appreciate you. I actually can do better than that. That's kind of me playing stupid. BBQ, thank you for the $20. All right. Phone lines are open. Dial in.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Closing time. Maxx Crosby doesn't have to go home, but he can't stay here. Closing time. The Ravens don't know what to do now that they don't have Maxx here. All right. Overcome with the $5. I'm not doing songs for $5. 20, maybe. Again, circus, maybe not. I traded away BTJ for Burden after Doubs went to the Patriots and news of the Jaguars not trading BTJ. I traded away BTJ for Burden. I'm fine with that. Burden to the moon. Burden's going to be fantastic. But I do like BTJ still. You know, I feel like there's still a chance that his story's not completely, foretold. Why'd they void the trade? He didn't pass the physical. It didn't pick up the guitar? Damn it. Really? Yeah, it's my damn... Hold on. All right. It's the damn filter. Closing time. Maxx Crosby can't come home, but he can't stay here. Closing time. The Cowboys are on the phone, 'cause Gary wants Maxx Crosby here. I know who would want Maxx Crosby home. I know who would get on the telephone. I know who would overpay for Maxie. It's Jerry Jones. Yeah, yeah. All right, there we go. All done. Circus time's over. I think Miss Smitty doesn't even think I work for a living. I wonder if I don't think she really thinks that this show pulls in anything. I think she sits outside that door sometimes and goes, I don't know what point I call for help and just say, he thinks he has a show. He thinks something's going on, and it's not. There's no way. There's no way people are watching this garbage. All right, phone lines are open. Final calls, and then we'll be back at midnight.
Call into the show.
All right, Simi Valley, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you, Big Profit, for the $5 super chat. Both of you guys.
Mashed potatoes.
Appreciate you. Jerry Jones is sitting by the phone. Jerry Jones, Maxx Crosby, he moans. What a day. I did not expect to go live at 5 my time, 8 o'clock Eastern, to be talking about this nonsense. Wolf dropping 5 gifted memberships. Appreciate you, Wolfie. I smell meatloaf. Hey, Ma, the meatloaf. All right. If the phone, no one's gonna call in. We'll be back at midnight Eastern. Appreciate all the super chatters. Did I get through all the super chats? Happy birthday to Vader. Appreciate that $20 hauler again, BBQ. You're the man, the myth, the legend. Traded BTJ, got that one, got this one, got this one. Gifted memberships from Wolf. Guys, thank Wolf if you got gifted memberships from Wolf. We also had some gifted memberships earlier from somebody else. I think it was BBQ. Let me see. Let me look it up real quick. Maybe it was Wolf. It was just Wolf. Okay, thank you, Wolf. Appreciate you. And then the final super chat was Racing Boy, who said the following. Did you miss mine or was I not here? I got your super chat earlier. This one? Yeah, I was asking you, what was it that you gave up again? Likely and Warren? Was it Jalen Warren and Likely? I don't think you said in here. Last night tried to get Adams Terry, but the guy wanted to do Adams and CMC for my Bijan. Yeah, no. The Terry owner wanted 26 first, went and got DJ Moore for a 20. I thought you got DJ Moore and a 28 first. I read that wrong. Yeah, I don't mind that. I think a 20 first is expensive for a receiver that might play 2 years. But if you're in it to win it now, I don't hate it, but I do think, there are options I would rather go after than a first rounder for DJ Moore, but it certainly could work out to your advantage for a year or two. You know, I do think DJ Moore is going to be really, really good for this season, and then we take it a season at a time. But he is kind of a one season at a time player for me. But I still think he's very underrated and undervalued, and he's not an old man. You know, he's not like he's 33 years old. Ziggy, how old is DJ Moore? Was he 28, 27? Was he 28?
DJ Moore is 28 years old.
Yeah. When was his birthday? Ziggy, when was DJ Moore's birthday? You son of a...
DJ Moore was born on April 14th, 1997.
No, okay, April 14th. So he's turning 29. Ziggy off, turn off. So playing 29, playing 30. And I think that's what you count on. Like, is he going to be at age 33 Mike Evans? No, but playing at 29 and 30 is possible. I think you overpaid a little bit, but I don't mind if you can win some cash money. And you're remembering your team. You have a really good team. Your 28 first rounder is going to be a late pick. Or when we get a Jeremiah Love full breakdown. Bro, I've done like 10 of them. But we talk about them all the time. Go look for the Jeremiah Love.
The Jupiter men.
Jupiter board.
Is so large. Every planet in the solar...
I mean, I talk about it all the time, but go check out the videos. Go look through the old ones until you find a graphic that has Jeremiah Love with a rocket, you know, riding a rocket to Jupiter. But I talk about them all the time. Also, on thefantasyfootballshow.com, you can get your DJ Moore, or your Jeremiah Love fix. Read all the write-ups. Go to his player page. You'll see everything DJ Moore. All right, guys, I'll be back at midnight Eastern. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much for the super chats and all the circus activity. We'll be back. Probably going live on the Falcons and HN revitalized. I'll do probably one video on the Falcons and HN, or I might do separate videos. I'm not sure yet. Get the new merch at thefantasyfootballshow.com/merch. Go get your thefantasyfootballshow.com membership, the lifetime membership, or pay just for the yearly pass to get all your rankings, bowl predictions, trade calculators, all that good stuff. Guy offered me the 1.10 and a 1.11 for a 27 first rounder. Depends where the first rounder is going to be, Calvin. If it's going to be mid to early, then no way. If it's going to be a late pick anyway, then you might as well take the potential 2 picks and try and flip those into a higher first rounder this year. See you all at midnight Eastern. Appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget, if we may or may not draft tonight, underdog promo code Smitty. Make sure you hit that link in the description. Use code Smitty or the link. The link inserts code Smitty for you. 50% bonus match all the way up to $1,000 on underdog. See you all at midnight Eastern. Deuce.